Okay, do any other people who don't have kids sometimes feel like your friends with kids assume you have unlimited time? Okay, do
Ever felt like your friend, if you're a child by choice woman, your friend that is your mom is kind of thinking that you have a lot of free time with yourself? Because this particular child by choice woman is saying that anytime she want to hang out with a friend that is the mom, she has to be the one to drive and pick them up, and it's kind of stressful, and they don't even offer to come and do it. She's always the one doing it all the time, and it feels like they always look at her like, oh, you don't have a child, you're child free, so you have like free time. I have to pack my kids lunch, I have to bathe my baby, I have to do so many things, motherhood wahala. So do you ever feel like your friends feel like you have a lot of time if you have friends that are mothers? You guys, this particular video got a lot of people talking, got a lot of mothers and child free by choice women talking. Especially mothers are like, this is why we feel lonely, because when we have a friend that does not have a child, you're supposed to be there for her, she's supposed to help her, she's supposed to do this, she's supposed to do that. Then child free by choice women are saying this is why we don't want to be friends with you again if you have a child, because we don't relate. So I have an interesting video to share with you all. Let's watch this video together. But let's know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always.
any other people who don't have kids sometimes feel like your friends with kids assume you have unlimited time? I have some friends with kids, and every time we're going to hang out, they just assume I'll be driving to them. They don't offer to come to me ever or meet me at a restaurant. They're always like, could you just come here? It's easier with the kids. And I'm like, easier for who? It's certainly not easier for me, the one that has to drive an hour and a half round trip in traffic to get to you. Why do the plans always have to be based on what's easiest for the person with the kids? I guess those of us without kids can just go have a bad time. Other people who don't have kids sometimes feel like your friends with kids assume you have unlimited time.
Go read the comments under this video. Go ahead and read the comments under this video, because two things came to my mind. One, where is the child's other parent? If your child's other parent can't step up and watch your child for a few hours, for you to have individual time, for you to maintain your hobbies and maintain your life and maintain your friendships, that's crazy to me. Another thing, a lot of women often complain that once they had children, their friends stopped showing up. And I was like, based on these comments, I can see why your friends stopped showing up, because this creator said that she is driving an hour, 2 hours to go see her friends all the time, and they never want to meet halfway, and they never come to her because they always say they have children and it's easier for them. I was like, well, relationships supposed to be reciprocated. So if you're always the one giving 100% and the other person doesn't give anything, that's not a friendship at that point. They're just taking advantage of you. So go ahead and read the comments of that original video.
Okay, do any other people who don't have kids sometimes feel like your friends with kids assume you have unlimited time?
And this video, and more specifically the comments underneath it, explain perfectly why so many friendships fall apart after one party has children. It is because a lot of the time, the people with kids will automatically assume that the person without kids is the one who's going to compromise, is the one who's always going to make that hour and a half drive to them, is the one who automatically has more free time, more availability, more freedom. Pretty much every single one of the comments under that video was telling her how selfish she was, how they hope she never has any friends, how she deserves to be alone, simply because every once in a while, she would like her friends who happen to be parents to make the effort to see her as well, to agree to meet at a restaurant midway instead of expecting her to drive every single time, for them to put in the effort to drive to her, for it to be a conversation when they are meeting up instead of the parents just assuming she'll do whatever they want because it's easier for them. Friendship is a two-way street. It's not selfish to feel frustrated that your friends expect you to drive hours to see them, but they will never put in the same effort.
Okay, do any other people who don't have kids sometimes feel like your friends with kids assume you have unlimited?
Rather than the who has it worse discussion of I have kids so I can't go anywhere, or it's harder to go places, and I don't have kids, why do you expect me to always compromise? I think the bigger conversation is, what are your expectations out of friendships and why? Because here's the deal. There are friendships that I've had for 10 plus years, and there were seasons of time where I was the one going to them. That's just how it worked. They had kids. It wasn't easy. It made more sense for me to go to them, and that's great. I am in a season where a lot of my friends are having to come to me, or we are having to meet in very child-centered spaces that are close to my area. If you are one of those friends, I am endlessly thankful for you. But friendships can run a variety of spectrums. You have some friendships that are very brief, or are friendships of proximity, a coworker, or back in high school, like a lot of those friends are friends of proximity. Then you have like the long-term, like I'm in it with you friendships, where you are friends for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. I'm obviously not 50 years old yet. Hopefully that's obvious. But I would expect and plan that over the course of those long friendships, which I know do exist, there are a lot of seasons where you have to change and you have to adjust. And I'm curious if the original creator expects that, and these are friends that she's had for the last 5 or 10 years, and she is like, nope, I'm done now, I don't want to change accommodation. Or are these like very new, very young friendships that are hard to like navigate the dynamics? I have 3 young kids, so I am a little bit biased at the moment because I know how hard it is for me to like pack up my kids and drive 45 minutes and hope that they sit well and behave in a new space. But I also know there's times where I will bring my kids with me or I'll make other arrangements. But I do think there is like a larger conversation in general about types of friendships, longevity, and even how you deal with that.
Okay, do any other people who don't have kids sometimes feel like your friends with kids assume you have unlimited?
So that perspective or headspace, if you will, as the childless friend, is a big reason why motherhood is so lonely. As someone who didn't have kids until she was almost 30, I get it. I get why it may seem like very one-sided, but there is a level of capacity that a mom, especially of young children, has during the day, and that capacity just completely maxes out at a certain point, and it is so difficult to account for your whole day of leaving with the kids, whether it's like for me, I have a toddler and a baby, and packing his lunch or snacks or water while there's a crying baby, making sure that I have her diaper bag completely packed, making sure that my little one goes pee before. Do I have a change of clothes in case he has an accident? Do I have enough diapers? Is it going to be hot or cold? Do I have sunblock if we're going to be out? Is there going to be food options for my kid? How long is the drive? Is my little one going to ruin her nap on the way? Her wake windows are 2 hours at this point. So it's so much to account for and so much to do that, yes, it is easier for the childless friend to come. But for me, it's made it, before kids, I would tell you I had so many friends and so many best friends. Post children, I could maybe count 3 that have regularly visited my kids and have come visited because I don't ask, because I know that it's probably hard to be the one making that trip there and back. And it seems like, oh, for what, when you're not doing the same. And because of that, it's why many of my friendships have kind of just like faded. And it's hard. It's heartbreaking. It's hard when you mourn the friendships you had before. It's hard when you feel that maybe you're asking too much to say, can you come this way? And yeah, it sucks if your friend is kind of making it seem like, oh, you have all the time in the world. I don't think that way about my friends, but I do know that them getting dressed and getting in a car and doing the drive and being able to listen to maybe an awesome podcast that they want to and not just kid tunes or rain sounds for their kids to sleep. Yeah, it is easier. So I just thought that I'd put in my 2 cents there. Yeah, motherhood's very lonely.
Well, nobody's saying motherhood is easy. Nobody's saying it's easy to go out when you have kids, especially if you have a partner that doesn't even have your time. Okay, or a partner that goes to work and you're just a stay-at-home mom, you have to prepare everything and all of that. Nobody's saying it's easy, but then always putting that pressure on your friend because she's a child-free by choice woman, and you kind of feel like, okay, it's our duty to do all those things for you all the time. That is where the problem is. And if that same friend that is child free decide not to hang out with you anymore because it's already exhausting for her driving all the way, when she thinks about driving all the way to your place and all of that, and you're not being considerate, you're always thinking about yourself alone, the fact that you have to take care of your children, then the friendship is going to have issues, right? You have to be able to balance it. Sometimes you also can get ready fast and, meet up with your friend and pick her up. let it be like, it's not because she's child free, meaning that she has all the old free time. And I feel like because somebody is child free doesn't mean the person has the old free time. I don't know why people usually do that. I don't know why people usually feel like that. They'll be like, oh, you don't have a child. Oh, you're sleeping all day because you don't have a child. Yada, yada. I'm like, there are a lot of things people do, right? Aside from motherhood, motherhood is not just the only work we get. Okay, so assuming that a child by choice man doesn't have all the time in the world is really bad. Even at workplace, when you don't have a child and the ones that has child, they'll keep coming to meet you and tell you, oh, can you stay for me? Can you do extra shifts? Can you do this? Can you do that? Because I want to take my child to the hospital. And they like to blackmail you, and that emotional blackmail, and make you feel like you're a wicked person if you don't consider doing these things for them, because you don't have a child, they have a child. So they have upper hand. If it's time for you to hang out with your friend and you're not taking your child along, talk to your spouse. You should stay with the child, right? Or whoever you want to bring to the house to stay with the child. And you as well drive to your friend's place. If she's the one always coming, try to do the other way. Unless she's the one that has the car, then she's not complaining. There's some women that they don't complain, they just want to do it. Like, don't worry, I'm going to come and pick you. Yes, it's a choice and all of that. But if you're the only one requesting and you see that, even in your mind, you can tell that, oh, you're really stressing this person and you're doing all this just because you have a child and she doesn't have a child, that friendship might not last. It might not last because it's not looking like one-sided, and it's like you're using her. And I know people are going to come for the child free by choice women that will be like, oh, I don't want to be friends with you anymore because every time I come and pick you up, they'll be like, oh, you're not considerate. Your friend has a child. You're supposed to be there for your friend. Oh, this is what we're talking about. No, no. You're supposed to be considerate. You cannot be using your friend, and she cannot use you because you have a child, she doesn't have a child, and she's the one coming every time, all the time, all the time to come and pick you. You're supposed to at least one time like this pick her up. If you have your car, if you can go pick her up, not all the time making excuses about you prepping your child, you doing this, you doing that. If you want to get somewhere very early, that doesn't have to be you hanging out with your friend, you will get there early, with or without anybody coming to pick you up. But because you're already taking that advantage of, she's going to come and pick me, she's going to come and pick me, oh, she doesn't have a child, she's free. It's that attitude that might make you lose your friendship with a child free by choice woman. And trust me, there's nothing wrong if you're the child free by choice woman coming to help your friend that is a mom all the time. You're being there for her, especially when she's going through postpartum depression, especially when she's not happy or you feel like she's overwhelmed, or even if you know that her spouse is not helping and you're really close to your friend, you like her and all of that. There's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with it, living your house and coming to your house every time to be with her, to help her, to go out and all of that, to even babysit our children. There is nothing wrong with it because you are doing it genuinely from your heart, right? It's not them trying to, force you to do it just because you're child free. I'm saying this because some mothers make it look like, oh, you don't have a child, I have a child, you're supposed to be the one to come and do this. I have a lot of things to do. I have to do this. I think they want to guilt trip you and make you feel like, okay, then I don't have anybody I'm beating. Okay, let me come and do this, let me come and do that. They make you feel like it is your responsibility to always guard their back and all of that. And I feel like if it happens like that all the time, when do you have your friends back? When can she count on you that you can come and pick her up, maybe a car breakdown? Like, when will you have her back? If every time you're always depending on your friend all the time, when is she going to depend on you? Can she depend on you? Or you're going to make excuses about your children when it's time that she needs your help? I feel like those are the things that mothers are supposed to consider that are friends with child free by choice women. And I feel like a child free by choice woman being friends with a mom, it has to do with a lot of understanding between the two of them so that the friendship can last. If not, there'll be problem, okay? Because being friends with a mom and you don't have a child, they always want to center conversation around their children. They always want to talk about their children, their baby. And if you're not interested in that kind of conversation, or you're even tired or it's sickening for you, you just want to not want to hang out with your friend anymore because every time they talk about their self, they always talk about their children. They don't even talk about themselves at all. Anyway, you guys, what is your take? Are you a child by choice woman? Does your friend that is a mom ever feel like you have the whole free time to yourself? How do you handle the situation? Let's have conversation down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, your girl Mariah David, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.